Hello, this is David, and welcome to Equity Story. It's good to see the ASX 200 at least holding above the trend lines. There was a little bit of pressure on the ASX through the banks. The banks were all down roughly around sort of 2%, and obviously that's sort of did affect our market. But generally speaking, most of the other ASX 200 stocks I think doing pretty well, and I think generally speaking the general market is actually still fairly bullish. Um, I just like to talk about the banks quickly. A lot of our members are, they're looking to buy banks if the trend improves, or they're looking at these dividends that are coming up. I still think, actually looking at the banks as and I think if you look at WBC, uh, um, Westpac, you know, there's certain risks there, and again, it's sort of trending down today, and it looks like it's struggling every time it gets near this moving average. NAB and NAB certainly looks a lot weaker on the charts, and again looks like it's trending down again, as does ANZ. Um, I think the reason to be cautious, I think three of the banks are reporting next week, and obviously there's going to be a few issues with some of these banks. You see, look, ANZ again looks really weak. I think the issue with the banks, there's about $3 billion of exposure to some high-profile corporate collapses that have happened recently. Obviously, Dick Smith's one of those. Slater and Gordon have a lot of issues at the moment. Obviously, they're in talks to hopefully sort themselves out. And you've got Steelmaker, Arium, that's obviously really got hit, and there's some big losses there as well. So, possibly next week, whatever the banks do, they the market might not like it. They could get hit. You know, people. The banks only have to slip up a little bit, and they tend to get hammered, and the shorters might come in. So I'd look, if I was looking to get into the banks, I think I just might wait till the end of next week and just see how they've been trading, and maybe if they are in some sort of trading pattern, maybe if you look here at ANZ, if it has a bad week, it might come back down to 22. Maybe there's a better time to buy it. And again, looking at sort of NAB as well. I'd like to say we don't normally sort of buy sort of levels equity story, but NAB, 24 is obviously a better place to buy it than 26, 26.90, and CBA obviously has a lot of support around that sort of $70 mark. So, I think I'd hold off, even though these obviously dividends are tempting, and just see how generally the market pans out over the next week or so. Um, Getting back to some more of these sort of interesting bread and butter stories. Hansen Technology. I mean, this is a company. Again, we absolutely love the story. Company which is really obviously growing its earnings and revenue, and it's a great growth story. Uh, if you look at Hansen, what one, two, only twice since 2014. Hang on, go to since 2013 April, it's gone back to this trend line. Again, it's more or less gone back to it, and we tend to buy these when they're turning up. I just really like the Hansen story. I think this is good buying around this sort of level, and I think she'll nicely continue her upward momentum, and we're really happy to add this as a trending buy today, and I think she will jump up and maybe hit 380 or 380, 390, and we'll take another nice little trending profit out of Hansen. Again, it's a great story and well worth jumping on the trend. Um, SMN, this is a really bullish story for us, SMN. I mean, we've done over 120% returns. Again, we put it as a trend the other day. We're up again. It's 229. I think it's another 7% return. I think we'll just let this story play out a little bit longer. They are obviously waiting for their deal with Boeing or Delta, and obviously if that deal comes through and the market like it, this is it could explode. So I think we played with fire with this one a little bit by trending it. I think at the moment we're just going to hold this one, and hopefully she's going to release some good news soon, which will hopefully see us make even some more money on it. I'd just like to talk about Again, CM8, we spoke about this stock last night. Again, we're saying ridiculously undervalued at those sort of levels. Again, it had some good price action day. It's jumped up back above the long-term moving average, which looks pretty bullish. Again, it's back over that short-term moving average. I think, their weight, CM8, it's earning money. It's got a great revenue model. I think the market just waiting to see it to redo its loans, and I think as soon as it does that, it'll re-rate the share price. We're looking forward to, we put this as buy under 30. We got a target price of this around maybe 50, 60 cents, and if that happens, we'll just sell half. But we really like the story, and I think it's potentially undervalued for where it is. Again, having a look at some of the other stocks of interest recently, Moi, again, I just put the code in. Again, this is one of, they released their quarterly yesterday. Again, a good little trend. The market seemed a little bit disappointed with their sort of drilling results, and I think the market was hoping they expanded their resource a little bit more than they did. I think they will in the next quarter. Again, this is a fantastic company making money, and if this gold price keeps going up or goes up another $200-300 American dollars this year, I think you can see Millennium have an absolutely fantastic run. I think that's all I've got to talk about tonight. Equity Story. We have got a new 3-year growth coming on, and we have potentially got another 10-bagger coming on fairly soon. So keep tuned, and we'll bring it to you as soon as we're ready to put it on. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to Equity Story, and good night.